You are now tuned in to the frequencies of the TH4 True Health Forever podcast, where we empower your physical, social, spiritual, and economic health. Consume this content every week with positive energy and good intentions. Join me, Devon Travell, creator of Black Wall Street, the board game, and my starlit queen, Sinclair, the health nerd, and share this with those you love. You are strong, you are beautiful, and you are ready to live your best life. For some reason, I was just hitting it, just all that. Get it. Welcome back, beautiful people, to another amazing and impactful episode of the True Health Forever podcast, where we shall live our best life through the lens of holistic health. I'm your host, Devon Travell, creator of Black Wall Street, the board game, and as usual, I have the amazing, the smiling, the beautiful, the healthy, the powerful, the brilliant, blessed queen herself. Please introduce yourself.
What's up, everybody? My name is Sinclair, aka the Health Nerd. Here joining you on a Sunday afternoon.
Thank you for the day report. Appreciate it. What's the weather?
I think it's hot. I haven't been outside at all today. I'm not gonna lie to you, but it looks hot.
I'll confirm the heat.
Yes. And it is. It's a little windy. It's a little windy out there. Yeah. I just saw that about 30 seconds ago when I looked out the window.
Nice. There's been a few birthdays around. First off, Palumi, happy birthday.
Woo!
Hey, Miss Sandra, happy birthday.
Woo!
Oh, go ahead. I was about to hit it.
Mama!
Hey!
Happy birthday!
Hey!
Mama! Happy birthday! Hey!
All that. So a lot of birthday joys going around. Love it. Make sure y'all enjoy your day of life. Celebrate it with the loved ones, and just appreciate that blessing of life.
Oh,
right?
yes. Oh, yes.
Speaking of blessings, so we are blessed, Queen.
Yes.
To be a part of the BU community.
Yes.
Right. And the theme for the BU community, I think it's all month, is recharge. And a lot of people, I'm kind of feeling bad that we didn't go, but at the same time, I feel like we're in still a good space. I don't feel too bad.
Mm-hmm.
We'll catch the next one. But the Eric Thomas 120 conference, a lot of people came back fired up.
Right.
Lots of energy.
Right.
I know we wake up at these 6 a.m. calls, and usually there's 15, max 20 people.
Mm-hmm.
But ever since the conference, there's been 35, 40 people on these calls. It's big popping, a lot of great energy, and you can feel the recharge. So we wanted to bring some of the energy here today. And for those who it's October. All right. The year has gone by kind of fast. Right, in a blink or two, right? It's going by pretty fast. So if you're like, dang, how do I get re-energized for my goals? Maybe your health slipped up a little bit, and maybe you just said, you know what, forget it. I'll just wait till January. No. Let's not do that. How can we bring in some of that health energy right now? Some of that energy that you have for your dreams, Queen, the goals that you want to accomplish. How can we get you re-energized in this moment? That way the momentum can carry you into the year, right? Queen.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
This is where you usually sing or do something awkward.
Are you ready for some podcast?
All right, we're out. So I do want to apologize that I let that note go for so long. For those that are watching and listening, I just
don't do me like that.
I just want to apologize.
You're welcome.
I should have clicked the button before.
You see, I was cool before. Then you was like, this is definitely we do something. You got what you asked for.
What I do again? Oh yeah, I can't wait to edit that. Oh, like you look like a gremlin. Oh yeah, that's gonna be in slow motion and everything. That's giving me a recharge right now. Oh, but the question for the day is, what do you do to recharge? And we're gonna get to that in a second. But Queen, I want you to cover what we are kind of doing, and we didn't do it to recharge,
right?
But the result has been an
Charged
energizer
up,
bunny, right? All the way.
I feel like even on this podcast, you're probably hearing more
different
energy than
different
before,
energy, y'all, right? It's a different. Hello, hello, Queen. Hit them with it. What's popping?
So we are going through what I'm calling a 90-day healing journey, and in the nutshell, we are only doing good things for our bodies. And that sounds really simple, but there's a lot that goes into that, because in the society we're living in, what we consume is usually not the best for our body. Right. So you have to make a conscious effort to put good things into your mind, your spirit, your mental, like all of that, because it's being thrown at you literally. So for us, that looks like one. I want to
pause you.
Okay.
Because why did we start this? There is a particular reason we started this 90 day, and it's come out the blue. So give the folks the why. What popped into your head? We're like, you know what? I want to do a 90 day cleanse and not eat anything. It's not that dramatic, but what kind of led you to this path?
Yeah, so as you all know, started this health coaching journey that I've been trying to go on for some years now. Finally launched the health coaching business. And part of that is I want to be able to not only experience the journey, I want to experience the journey so that I can help others experience their journey. To me, it only makes sense that I am telling people to do something that I've experienced myself. Right. So yeah, I think I'm going through the journey myself. You know, if you're trying to go along with me, let's do this together. Join the club, truehealthforever.com. Sign up for your free health coaching session. And out of that, what we basically will be doing is formulating your 90-day healing protocol so that you can go on your own journey. And everybody's journey. So your
journey is not going to be their journey?
No, everybody's journey. Your journey is not my journey. My journey is not your journey. It's
debatable.
We are kind of doing the same thing right now, but you did just take your food sensitivity test, right? Literally right now. Yes.
Got the evidence to prove it with the Band-Aid.
Yes. So when we get your results back, we'll be able to do some experimenting with the diet in terms of cutting out those things that it says you're highly or medium or mildly reactive to, right? So we'll be able to eliminate some of those things for this period of time and see how your body is reacting, again, to not consuming those things that we may unknowingly don't realize that is causing stress to our body, internal stress, right? When we talk about stress, I feel like a lot of times we're thinking about external. We're thinking about work, jobs, kids, money, all of that stuff. But we don't always think about the internal stress that's going on every single time you put something in your mouth that is reacting negatively in your body. So that's part of it. And then, you know, our yoga meditation, making sure we keep that up. So far, we've been good at, you know, doing something every single day.
Shout out to Sandra Ray. Hold on now. I gotta give a shout out to Sandra Ray, one of our BU mentors, for one, helping us keep, you know, stay accountable. Two, she also was like, you know what, y'all should talk about recharge today. We're like, that
we have been talking about it all month.
Right. So much love.
Yes. Exactly. Where was I?
You were just talking about inflammation in your body and how you put. I got you.
Thank you. So eliminating those food items, those chemicals, all of that is causing internal stress to your body is a huge part of healing within. And we've seen that we are on what, day 7?
Because we started Monday.
So day 6. And yeah, I have so much more energy than I have had in the past couple months. Like it's such a noticeable difference. And I noticed this after day 3. Like it's not just today, all of a sudden we woke up. Like after day 3, I was like, I feel different. Right. So you make these small changes and you feel a big difference.
So I want to give a few examples of things that we're limiting or cutting out. One is wheat.
Yes.
And gluten.
Gluten, because those don't, they usually go hand in hand, but there's a lot of gluten-free products out there that still have wheat in it. We're doing gluten-free. So right now we're basing our journey off of my food sensitivity test, because he hasn't taken his yet. And off of things that we know we both don't agree with our bodies. So that's dairy for both of us.
Hello.
Gluten for me, and wheat showed up on my food sensitivity test, and soy as well. Those are kind of the main things. There are some other like vegetables and things that showed up for me, but those are the biggest things that I think we probably were consuming on a weekly basis, if not daily basis, that we are no longer.
And even like alcohol, wine,
right, no alcohol.
Stuff that, let's go out to the balcony, drink a little bit of wine for a second, de-stress from the day. But it's like that alcohol could be causing internal stress.
Right.
So like psychologically, it may relieve some of the external, but if internally it's causing stress, not good for you. Right. So that I feel like that's been the hardest one for me. Even like in Palumi's dinner yesterday.
Yeah, with
like
the free wine.
Free
normally,
wine with it, and it's like, nah, you can't eat that, or you can't drink that, bro.
I was very proud of both of us. And you almost caught me slipping, but you pulled me back.
Yeah, in. I was like,
no, it wasn't not with the wine. With the so the other thing for me is with acknowledging and eating to my metabolic type. I am a slow oxidizer, which basically means that I should be consuming protein like minimally. It should only be like 25% of my plate. And most of it should be carbohydrates. Beans. Yes. And on top of that, I really should only be eating either flesh protein or plant-based protein, but not mixing them, because otherwise my body kind of has a hard time digesting all that protein. So we had already decided like, okay, we're going to eat the meat, but then we went to the salad bar and I saw some rice and beans, and I was like, I was good off the rice, but I was like, I want some beans. So I had the spoon in my hand, and I was like, I'm technically cheating right now. And he's like, put it down. I was like,
don't do it.
All right.
Like very stirred too. We were in a public restaurant. People probably look out like, don't do it. Back away from the beans, Sinclair. Woo. But yeah, it's just, I feel like if we're going to try to do these 90 days, like like don't cheat on purpose. Right now, there was accidentally I ate a wheat tortilla the other day with my dad, but in my defense, I didn't like recognize it. I didn't do it on purpose. I was literally biting it, and I even like, Dad, there's wheat in this. And he was like, I won't tell if you don't, son. I was like, oh man, nah, it's bad.
That's funny.
But results.
Yes.
So Quinn, I don't know how comfortable you feel. I feel okay showing a little bit of results, or at least just saying numbers.
Yeah.
So I weighed 210 the last time I weighed myself, which was in July. So I mean, it's not as accurate as it could be, but I weighed 210 then. Now I'm at 201, so lost 9 pounds in some reference of time. Thank you. I've also went back in time.
Please explain.
Do I need to explain that?
Yes.
I do?
Yes. No, I know what you mean.
Watch the Avengers, time travel. Duh. No. Duh. But my internal, I guess, metabolic age in July, a few months ago, was 32.
How old are you? Really?
Thank you. I want to go on record and let people know that I'm 28. Okay, I just want to let people know that. People are like, oh, okay, you look good for 32.
Right.
Backtrack, rewind, 28. But that was my metabolic age. Now, a few months later, I'm 31. Ooh, right? So we keep doing this and my body de-stresses on the inside out. I may be my actual age in a few months.
Look at that.
Going back in time. Time travel. Recharge, y'all. What y'all doing? Recharge.
What y'all doing?
Body fat went down by about 2%. My water percentage went up by 1%. A lot of good stuff. Y'all saw the Queen's eyes go up and down. You know what I'm saying? In here. GMG. Go ahead, Queen.
For me, pretty drastic changes this week. So, and I feel good because I know that I'm doing it the right way. Right? I'm not starving myself. I'm not taking any.
We're eating more.
Right? We're eating that. That is very interesting, huh? We're eating 3 meals a day, which we did not before. So eating more of but good food. Long story short, in the span of from Monday, and I weighed myself, this is all since Friday. So from Monday to Friday, lost 9 pounds, which I will attribute a lot of that to water weight, but also to some fat. Okay, because my body fat percentage also went down about 2%.
You've been taking screenshots, or you've been tracking them how?
On the
Biomechanic.
I've been tracking them a lot of different places, but I do track it on Biomechanic. I also track it. The scale has a like it keeps that memory of everything. Yeah. Okay. If you go on the app,
when I go back, I think it has your weight and my weight in it. So I'm just like, what's the truth? I don't know.
I think mine only has my weight.
Okay.
But I'm also doing it on Biomechanic. I can set you up for automatic. It texts me every Friday. These are things that you get to experience as a client of mine.
Ooh, talk to him.
You know, we send reminders. I got my texts on Friday that said, "Hey, do your measurements. Hey, click this link here. Go to your add your weight." It was wonderful. Nice. So I have my set up every Friday morning to text me to remind me to do my weight and measurements.
See you, Quinn.
Thank you. But yeah, and just energy, like that is the biggest difference that I feel. I feel way more energized. Waking up is easier. I'm not snoozing. Like I'm pretty much up, and it feels good. Nice. The BU calls before, I was really just joining like for 10 minutes or just overhearing what you would play. But now I'm joining in myself. I'm waking up, and I've done a little bit of a habit stack to where I know that
Where you learned that from? Go ahead.
Atomic Habits. Great book. Definitely recommend. But I know that working out is something that I want to do in the morning. And I know that this BU call is something that I want to do in the morning. Why not do them together?
Boom.
Because it just, I have a desire to do this and a desire to do that. Put that together, and it's boom. I'll make sure that I do it every morning. So long story short, I'm feeling good. And I'm like, shoot, I feel this good after 6 days, 90 days.
Superhero.
I'm about to be Agent May.
We are also watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. currently, so you may hear a lot of references to MCU, period. Okay?
Yes.
Now, I want to transition a little bit. We'll still kind of talk about our own personal journeys, but I want to cover 3 areas of recharging. Okay? If you're listening, following along, just vibe with us. Leave your comments, leave your wisdom, any book recommendations or habit stacking recommendations, all that good stuff. But we want to talk about mental recharge, physical recharge, and recharging your purpose. Right? Again, we are getting to the end of the year. And even myself, like before this recharge, I was like, oh, all right, feeling a little tired here. Do I have the motivation to keep doing XYZ B4X012?
You have that many things.
Listen, my mind be going all over the place. But let's finish the year out strong. So that's what we're doing here. We recharge through this kind of diet and kind of a little, I don't know if I want to call it diet. You can come up with a different word. But a new way of life. There you go.
Our more wellness journey, our healing journey.
There you go. Thanks, Queen. Appreciate you. But for you, it may look different, right? You don't have to necessarily do the same journey we do, but you need to have something that intentionally recharges you. Queen.
Yes.
You ready to go into it?
Yes.
Okay. Let's start with.
Ready?
No, not again. No, just once. just once per episode, please. All right. But physical health.
Yes.
What are things that you do to physically recharge yourself? Second, how have you felt physically recharged in this new journey?
So yeah, I think what we've already been talking about is making sure that anything that I eat, especially right now, anything that I eat is good for my body, right? I feel like sometimes, and then again, that it sounds simple, but when you think about like how I ate beforehand, was I really sure that everything that I was eating was doing good? No. I was almost, it's like some things it's like, okay, yeah, I know these French fries aren't good for me, but I'm going to eat them because I'm indulging. Where I think this journey, how I'm physically recharging is if it's not doing my body good, then I'm not going to eat it right now. Right. It's just not the time for that because I'm really any time that I think about like, oh man, I want some bread. I want some whatever. I literally think about like, I'm healing myself with medicine. So I think about literally like, every time I eat a meal, I'm like, oh, this is medicine. And I eat it that way because it's only, it should be only doing good things. And so far I've felt that for the most part, where after every meal, like I felt really energized. I felt good. And I just feel like that meal gave me energy. That meal gave me a lot of nutrients, I've been trying to focus on nutrients, smoothies, salads, all stuff. So yeah, I'm feeling good, and that internal recharge of my digestive system is really doing me some good right now. So that's one way that I'm physically recharging.
Nice. Yeah. You look like you had like one more thought.
I did.
Go ahead, Queen.
The other way that I'm physically recharging is a little, I would say, my workout in the morning. I feel recharged. I'm not exhausting myself with that workout. So I feel pretty good afterwards because I finished with the meditation. So it's like a low intensity, usually start off with some ab work. I like to do like yoga poses that target your abs. So do some ab work or some plank, get on my bike for a little bit. Then I do my 50 push-ups that my trainer, I mean, not push-ups, 50 squats that my trainer got me on. Yeah. And then just kind of doing that one more time. And then I finish off with the 5-minute meditation. And I feel really good after that. I feel charged. I feel ready for the day.
Yeah. This is at what time?
6 a.m.
6 a.m. Yeah. You're feeling good, energized, right? So how can you win the morning is what I love to really do. Like put your 2-3 things that you want to accomplish, get those things done, get the physical rush, get the hormonal rush of dopamine, because all right, we here. All right, for me, I do my 100 push-ups. I'm like, all right, we're here. Do my meditation. I go do my pull-ups at the park, feeling good every single morning. What else feels good? A little bit of stretching I've been doing to just get the flexibility and blood flow. Still playing basketball, but I feel like energy is just so much higher. Yeah. And I do want to talk about sleep a little bit because we have been a little bit more conscious of going to sleep by, I'll say probably latest 11. Some nights when we were feeling good, 9:42. Whew. That was a good day.
It was.
We were at 9:42. I woke up. It's a whole new world. Oh my, so much energy. And literally, I walked outside. I think I told you this. I was walking. I was it is such a beautiful day. Wow. Is that what the sun feels like? Huh.
You see everything differently.
Yeah, it felt really, really good. So if anything, like if you don't do one thing here, get a full night's sleep for 2 days in a row. Live a little. Live a little.
On the edge.
Yeah, you deserve it. 2 days in a row. Get 8 hours of sleep. Ideally, you want to be fully asleep by what time, Sinclair?
10 p.m.
10 p.m. to 2 p.m. is apparently, and I'll co-sign it these days, the best kind of 4 hours of segment of sleep that you want. And I remember Dick Gregory used to say this too. Like, if you don't go to sleep by 12, you didn't sleep.
Basically, and I feel like I've felt that too. Where it's like you can go to bed, like my sleep from 12 to 8 is not nearly as good of sleep as from 10 to 6. And I think I've verified that personally too with, like, I wear my Fitbit to sleep so that I can track my sleep. And I've always noticed that like 90% of the time, my deep sleep is from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Right around like 2 a.m. Sometimes it'll go to 3 a.m. After that, I'm really not getting deep sleep. I go from like light to REM after that, but my deep sleep is during that period. So that means if I'm going to bed past that, my body is really not getting much deep sleep. The percentage starts to shrink and shrink and shrink after that point. So I've anecdotally, I can verify that is true for me.
I've had a lot of dreams lately.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like nice vivid dreams. I kind of remember them in the morning, even days after. It's always fun because I like dreams.
Yes,
right? So physical health, in my opinion, and according to Think and Grow Rich, is directly related to your mental health.
Absolutely.
Right? Your body and your mind are connected. Do you want to talk about that connection or what that connection means to you, my beautiful bride?
Yeah, I think like if you want to get down to the science of it too.
You know what? Go ahead.
So when you break it down, a lot of times we think about, right, our mental and our physical as being separate in terms of like, well, I have my thoughts and everything that goes on in my brain. And then I have everything, my heart beating, my blood flowing, everything that happens in my body. And we don't always realize that thoughts are literally, they have chemical reactions, right? Whenever you think something, that has a reaction in your body physically. That is why when you drop your phone, you have that instant, that instant sink in your stomach. Like, what triggered that? It was only your thought that, oh, my phone is broken. That simple thought triggered how many different chemical reactions in your body in an instant, right? So everything is connected. But yeah, if you think about this, the fact that usually when you're feeling good physically, you're also feeling good mentally. Not always true. It's not always true, but for the most part, we're connected in that way.
Boom.
Boom.
There you go.
Mic drop.
Let's not.
Okay.
I'm not.
No,
It dropped earlier today. I don't know how many drops it could take before it breaks. And it's not on the budget right now. So let's hold off on dropping mics. For me, I feel the same. For me, it's more so stress and slight anxiety. I feel like when I feel like I have a lot to do, when I don't get good sleep during the day, I feel like my heart is a little bit more racy. It's hard for me to focus on tasks, whether it's work, whether it's TH4 related, other stuff. It's like I'll just be a little bit more jumbled up. But lately I've been pretty good. It could be the fact that I'm just, I think, consciously trying to focus more, but it also could be the fact that I have more energy and I'm sleeping better. So now I'm able to say, okay, from this time to this time, I'm doing this. Let's not multitask. Let's not try to watch a YouTube video and write an email at the same time, because words are just being jumbled up, and that can probably cause mental stress, because literally I'm trying to think, listen, and type all at the same time. So my brain's like override.
Right. And you think about, and again, I don't know if you've officially agreed with me on this, but like our brains are not good at multitasking, right? So they're people who think that they're good at multitasking are really just good at switching tasks very quickly.
So the only slight thing is you can be on the BU call and working out at the same time. Is that multitasking?
Yes.
Bam. Thank you for tuning in to the True or Forever podcast, where we try to live our best life through the lens of arguments. So I do agree with you. I think you can't multitask doing similar things. Like you can't listen to words and write unique words at the same time proficiently, right? But I think you can do things that aren't correlated. Like I can watch or listen to YouTube videos and clean my office. Love doing that, right? I can watch the True or Forever podcast, where I like and subscribe and do curls and push-ups and all that stuff, because they're completely separate. But yeah, I can't read a book and talk to you on the phone at the exact same time.
Right. But just one more point on like mind-body connection.
Hit it.
Is that like for me, or one things that I'm learning in one of the things that I learned before starting my healing journey is realizing that I've been in a pretty, what are you smiling at?
I just hear your word kind of smile at you. Is that okay?
Yeah, I was just wondering. It was a cute smile.
Thanks.
Just wondering what triggered it. So for me, I've been in a pretty stressed state, I would say, the past like 2 months. Yes, cosign on from the cake.
I will cosign.
Yes, the past 2 months I've been pretty stressed, just with juggling a lot of different things. Launching the health coaching has been amazing. But obviously, with anything that you really care about comes that stress of just wanting it to work out, right? Yeah, I think that even me, right? Even me thinking like, oh, well, it's just in my head. If I meditate, I'll be okay. I'm fine. But when I did some functional testing on myself, learned that even on the inside, right, my body was struggling. It was exhausted. And meaning that a lot of my hormone levels were low. They're trying their best to pump out, to do what they can. But the reserves that I have at this point, because I'm in that stress state, are low. So that's another thing that I'm trying to address in my healing journey, is making sure that one, I have some downtime every single day. And for me, that it's allowing myself and being okay with just sitting down and watching TV, right, for an hour, maybe 2 at the end of the night. And that's because it is something that does not cause my body stress or cause my brain stress. It's kind of mindless, and that's good, because if I'm not doing something like that, usually I'm trying to be productive in some kind of way, which is energy, which is stress. And our bodies are not built to handle stress all throughout the day. And unfortunately, in today's society, that's what the situation and that a lot of us are in, is that we have something stressing us out from the time we wake up, from the time we go to sleep.
So I was watching, I think, some YouTube video, And it asked the question, are you addicted to stress?
Interesting.
And you can marinate on that and think if you are. But for me, I was really thinking about that, and I was like, I don't know if addiction is the right word, but I feel like I do want to always be entertained. Right? You don't like the dull space, don't like the quiet. I want a YouTube video, I want a podcast, I want to be working out, I want to be doing something, and in my head it's action. But what if it's really I'm always seeking to be stressed? I don't like peace. And you think about when we go on vacation, even when we're on vacation, I'm like, okay, but can I do a little work? Like the peace, the calmness, I think is it's different. One, and it's not comfortable to me yet.
Interesting.
I think I'm still growing into being comfortable in it, but yeah, it's not comfortable to me. And I think meditating has helped it get more comfortable. But even like, I think this year, or maybe last year, was really the first years of me really being able to sit still, breathe, think with nothing else around. But even with that, use the Calm app. So it's like, not the Calm app, Down Dog app. So it's like, technically there's still stress or stimuli coming in. So I need to, I think, practice what I've been doing is silence, like zero stress, zero stimulus. And can you be used to just being calm and being with yourself? So I want to toss that to you. How do you feel your relationship with stress or being entertained is? Do you think you're addicted, or you're, again, I don't know another word, but you lean towards being stressed or entertained or stimulated in some way?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of another word aside from addicted, but I feel like we become accustomed to it.
Accustomed.
Yeah, we it's normal. So I think that anything not normal feels weird. And I feel like we always tend to try to get back to what we consider normal. But I think, I think for me, not as much, I think, addicted to stress as much as I am, I think I'm trying to get out of the mindset that like I always have to be doing something in order to be successful.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
I feel that too.
Right. So then you feel that guilt when you're not doing something. So I feel like that's what I started to feel.
Why does that come from?
I think it could come from like kind of like what they talk about on the S2S podcast, that blue collar mindset where like you have to be doing something in order to receive those blessings, rather than like just creating something that can passively be receiving those, So yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's a part of it. I don't know.
So I feel like it is. This may be too deep.
Here we go.
Never. Never. But I feel like in American culture, and we're going on some tangents, but hopefully y'all are vibing with it, right? But I feel like in American culture, Queen, we are celebrated for what we do, not for who we are.
Deep.
All right, because like, well, oh, you're a doctor. Oh, that's great. Well done. Like, oh, you're an actor. You were in this movie. Oh, you wrote this book. Oh, you're health coaching people. It's not really who you are. Yes, they're kind of connected, but it's what are you doing? What is the impact? What is the result? And that's what gets us money. That's what gets us the car, the house, the friends at times. Because like, what are you doing for these other people that's making them be your friend? So I feel like it's tied to that. And you're always thinking, okay, I got to do stuff. That way these other things can come up in my life. So
you think about when you're getting to know somebody, typically one of the first questions is, what do you do? Right? Not who are you, but what do you do? And when you think about like, what do you do? It's typically in the form of, what do you do to make money? What do you do to contribute to society in that way? Rather than like, what who are you, like, and what characteristics you have or anything like that, which is, I feel like
I'm laughing because the next time we meet someone,
oh my gosh,
I'm asking, so who are you?
He's not like, kidding.
I just told you my name is Josh. No, I get that, but who are you? I'm weird.
Son of Deborah.
Yes, there we go. What's that show called? I don't know the show.
I don't know what show you're talking about. I was just thought of that.
Oh, I was thinking of the show that everyone watches that we don't watch. House of...
Oh, Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones. Oh. There we go. We just lost like 10 listeners there. What? You don't watch Game of Thrones? No, we're not into
try
that
not to
yet,
get into the whole,
because once you start, I feel like you have to commit at least 3 to 4 years
to that journey.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm ready to make that commitment.
I'm not ready. Let me have a kid first, and then I can do that. But getting back to mental recharge.
Yes.
Right. So as you can see, there's a lot of different things that can impact how you're thinking, how you're feeling internally, externally. So just take a catalog of that. Really take time to think, what are some things that are impacting me? Do I spend 5 minutes by myself?
That's something I think that's so hard for people today.
Yes.
Like literally just a challenge.
Literally.
5 minutes. Set the timer for 5 minutes and just sit there. It'll probably seem like the longest 5 minutes that you've ever experienced in your life. And it's just like, can you actually just sit there with your thoughts, with your breathing in silence? Sometimes I do that when I'm at work. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like and maybe that's being more introverted, that I tend to go more inward. So like when there's a lot going on, I'll just close my door, and sometimes I will just sit there and breathe. And I'm just like, I just need a second to just recharge. Yeah. Sometimes if I know people are going to knock on my door, I'll go to the bathroom. I promise you, I've gone to the bathroom before and just sat there on the toilet.
Oh, I used to do that.
Fully clothed, just sitting there. I just need a second.
Hope your bathroom's clean at work.
It is. They clean it like 3 times a day. No joke.
Much love. Oh, all right. So let's try to round this out. And for us, Queen, I think purpose is a big thing. Yeah. Right. And the idea of recharging is so that you can use that energy for something. Right. Which, now that I'm saying it out loud, it could be counterintuitive to what we just said, is like you're valued about what you do, but also your purpose, I think, is literally in the fabric of who you are, right? This is what I love to do, whether I'm getting paid for it, whether I'm doing it for me, whether I'm not doing it at all. I'm a painter, right? Whether you paint or you don't paint, you can still identify with, I'm a painter. So what is, your purpose, and how can recharging help you move towards that purpose a little bit more? So Queen, I know you've said it many times on here, but what is your purpose? What is the goal that is driving you and motivating you, and how has getting a little bit of energy helped? Yeah.
So I feel like the thing I probably said before is like, I want to be the #1 Black health coach, right? Which is still true, but it's not just for the accolade. Like, it's not just to be able to say that, right? It's because my goal and what I feel my purpose is to help. This is going to sound really, really fluffy and really foo-foo, but to help heal the Black community, right? To help improve the quality of life of the African diaspora. Because, there's a lot out there that's not out to help us. And there's a lot out there in terms of, especially when we're talking about health, it's not made for us. So I really want to create a program, create a health center, create push out some health coaches that are out there specifically to help our folks thrive. Because there's so much out there that is doing the opposite, that is trying to take us down, that's trying to break us down, that's trying to just do a whole lot of bad. And so, yeah, I think that's been my kind of my driving force. So that's why I'm starting this health coaching, right? That's why we're going on this journey. That's why I'm taking this journey of myself very seriously. People might be like, why are you doing that to yourself, right? I take this very seriously because this is the start. Right? Everybody starts someplace. If you think about all of the greats, they all started someplace. So I take this as my origins, my superhero origin story. Yes. So I take this seriously, right? I have to do this so that I can like shepherd the folks, right, on how to do their own healing journey. So yeah, that's me.
Well done, Queen.
Thanks. What about you? What about you, King?
So my purpose, right? And I think it's twofold. One, I love helping folks get motivated to be their full potential self, or to really, whether it's identify or leap for that dream. Unfortunately, I think there's a lot of things, people, the way we grow up, that makes it hard for people to be confident in that dream. So I love having conversation with students, with you, with my family members, and like really getting to know, like, okay, what's your dream? Like, what is that you want to accomplish in the next 10, 20 years? Like, oh, that's dope. That's dope. Where you at in that journey? It can be, oh, I'm at step 0. It can be, I'm at step 15. Like today, I was at the park talking to Johnny, and he owns Johnny, yeah. He owns a skateboarding company, and he's working on shoes, movies, trying to sign people. And he's not in the journey yet, but the way that he talks about it and the way that he carries himself, it's like, oh yeah, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, when is it gonna happen? He's like, oh, in like 5 years. It's like, okay, 5 years. Cool. It's gonna happen.
Right.
We had a dope 20-minute conversation on it. So that's one. And then number 2 is kind of in the healing with my queen, but I like to heal through education. Right. So I feel like
knowledge.
Yeah. Know thyself. I feel like once you know who you are, one, you can get a little bit deeper rooted in your purpose because you have that anchor, right? Those roots settled in my identity, my culture, my history, my past, my future, all of that. But then 2, literally, mentally, I think there's a healing process that goes on when you learn about yourself and you solve mysteries and you just feel comfortable. I don't want to go too deep into it, but Malefia Santi, right? He's a African psychologist. Psychologist? What's the word?
Psychologist?
No. Psychology.
Oh, he psychologist.
Psychologist. Cool.
Yes.
Well done, Devon. Trust yourself, man. But what he does is he studies, the African pedagogy and African psychology. And what he is saying is because we're African in America, naturally, and some of y'all may know consciousness with W.E.B. Du Bois, but it's like naturally we're Black in America, but we aren't able to really have a African centered or a African first, a Black first mindset in America and still survive. Right? It was up into this year where in California, if you had locks, you can get fired and there's no argument. There's no repercussions. Like no discrimination laws. Like we can literally fire you because of your hair for having locks. It's 2020. So imagine centuries and hundreds of years of not being able to really be who you are, think like you're naturally able to think. That's going to do something to your body. It's going to do something to your mind. So being able to get back to that, being able to read these books, know that history, I think is also a healing journey that I am also shepherding or being able to lead. So yeah, those are my 2 purpose. I don't know if that's a word, but I made it up.
Pretty sure it's not, but it's okay. It is now.
There you go. All words are made up. So purpose.
There you go. I think the other cool thing about like knowledge and education is that you learn about other people who have done what you're trying to do, right? And who have been successful or have or unsuccessful, right? Either way, there's learning. But I feel like it's always nice to learn about your history, to know, again, I mean, the whole thing of like, to know where you're going, you need to know where you come from. I think there's a lot of power and a lot of like I don't know what the word I'm trying to think of.
Power,
like
reassurance.
Reassurance, yes. I was trying to think like solidifying.
We are connected.
Yes, a lot of reassurance when you learn. Like I know a little bit, and I want to learn more about like Dr. Sebi.
I've heard arguments for Sebi and Sebi. Okay. I say Sebi, but hey, you do your thing.
Either way, but yeah, like learning about how folks have already healed, right, and tried to spread this knowledge throughout the community. What have they done that's been successful? What pitfalls did they run into? And I think like taking those and thinking about like, okay, well, in today's society, how can we do the same thing and be successful? It's very, very, I think, empowering.
I agree 100%, Queen. You gotta do your thing. You gotta do your thing. So if you out there, you watching, you listening, get re-energized for your purpose, whatever that is. Who is that you're trying to help, even if it's just yourself? What is your purpose, your gift, your talent, your mission on this amazing planet of Alkebalon? I'm also writing a comic right now. Yeah. You about to say something, Queen?
I was just going to say, when you're talking about recharging, I feel like why it's important to revisit this is because in those times when it's like what you just explained a couple minutes ago about, it's October, like we got a couple months left in the year, like it can get tiring. And I feel like recharging on why you're doing what you're doing gives you that extra, like, that's right. That's right. I've got all of these people that I'm trying to help, you know, counting on me. And that's part of what I think gets you back on the wagon, like if you ever do fall off. So I think that that's why it's important to make sure you revisit that and recharge on that purpose and your vision, so that you can keep going for that longevity, because it's any goal worth reaching is going to take a long time, right? Nothing's going to happen overnight. So you have to have that endurance to keep going when life happens, and when just you get tired and your energy's not there, the motivation's not there, you need to recharge so that you can keep going.
There it is. I want you to think about something that has recharged you, not the journey that we're going through, but something that has recharged you towards your purpose or goal.
I already got it.
Cool. Wait for it though. We're getting to announcements, but first, I just want to recap really quickly. 3 things. We have physical recharge. What can you do to get your body feeling good in the morning, ideally, but whatever habit that you can do once a day, once a week, 3 times a month, whatever it is that makes you feel physically good. Queen, next one.
Mental recharge. What can you do to recharge your mind, right? As everything is connected. But what can you do to give your mind a little bit of that recharge when you just fall into that rut and it's a little bit hard?
And last but not least, your purpose. What can you do to make sure that you are feeling motivated, fueled, brilliant, zooming towards your purpose, your mission, and your journey here on this planet? Right? All 3 of those. So think about it. A few action steps that we gave was 1, take a 5-minute, just nothing. No TV, no Instagram, no music, just you in a room, in a park somewhere, but with as little stimulus as possible. 1 more was what? You said something else as well. Was it good? I think it was dietary, maybe. Do you remember? Or do you have another action that you want folks to take away from this?
I think 1, just pay attention to how what you consume affects your body. Because that is, to me, the first step towards any health journey. You can be doing all the right things, but if you're not registering how what you're doing is affecting you, then you could be continuing to do the wrong thing for you. Right. So just make sure, right, if you eat something and you don't feel right, acknowledge that. What did you eat? Okay, maybe we don't eat that again, or maybe you do, to try to test it out, right? Test the theory, but just make that conscious effort to connect food with your body and how you feel afterwards. I think that's a good first step for anybody.
Perfect. Shout out to the person watching live, giving us a like. We appreciate the love and energy. Queen,
yes.
Let's get into announcements. And after your announcement, give the thing that happened that is refueling your purpose.
Announcements. We have free health coaching sessions available, free 30-minute health coaching sessions available until October 17th. Okay, so if you go to
Happy birthday, Sophia. That's
happy birthday, Sophia. TrueHealthForever.com. You can go ahead and fill out the form for your free 30-minute health coaching session. I'm like, service session. I got my S's mixed up. But yes, basically we'll have a conversation, a very holistic conversation. I might be asking you some questions. I've been told I'm nosy. Was
that Ron or Ernie?
It was Ernie. He was like, "You're nosy," asking those questions that you maybe not think about, or maybe you don't want to tell people. But ask those questions to get a holistic view of your lifestyle, and then basically I give you some recommendations, some very personalized recommendations on what you can do, some steps you can take to start feeling better and start your healing journey.
There it is, and you don't need to 100% sign up, but if you're serious about this health journey, right, if you want this energy, you want more physical energy, more mental energy, if you want to get recharged to your purpose, go ahead, sign up for at least the once a month session, right, which is what, $100 a month?
Yes. So the free session is free, right, but at the end of the day, right, you're going to get a list of recommendations that you can do what you want.
Hefty list.
It is a hefty list. I try to give you some things to work on. But hold you accountable, right? And that's where I come in. So if you're really serious about it and you want some help throughout your journey of like, how do I make sure that I'm eating the right thing for me? How do I make sure I'm doing the right exercise? All of that, That's where I come in. We got the bi-weekly if you want to meet every 2 weeks just to make sure we can course correct very quickly, or we have the monthly program as well, where it's just once a month we meet to see how it's going, course correct, what do we need to change, what's working, what's not, and we get you going.
And what has re-energized you for this?
Or for this,
giving you more energy? Yeah.
Yes, it's Palumi. Last night, you knew that was going to be. Yes, so we went to Queen Palumi's 23rd birthday last night, and right when I walked in, gave her a hug, and she was like, "By the way, I did have a session with her." And she was like, "By the way, I've been taking some of the advice that you gave me. I downloaded the yoga app. I've been doing my yoga a couple times a week, and I feel better. Like, it's working. The session worked." And I'm a little bit, I was kind of surprised, and I was just like, that felt good.
Fill your cup.
It felt good. It felt good.
Oh yeah, I can give you that.
I was like, no, okay. But yeah, that felt good, and that recharged me, because that's what I do this for, and that's right. And I feel like that's how I know this is my purpose, because this was a free session, right? I got zero money out of this, but I don't care, because that was all the money I needed, right? Just that little, and she even seemed more energized, right? I was like, I could see the energy, and she was so proud and happy to tell me that, and that made me so proud and happy to receive that. I was like, thank you for that feedback. Like, I wanted to tell you. I was like, I appreciate you telling me, because that it really warmed my heart and filled my cup. That I'm happy that this email, right? It was just an email. Conversation in the email was able to change her life in that little bit.
Yes. Congrats, Queen.
Thank you.
Many more to come. Thousands more to come.
Thank
Not
you.
All at once. It's going to be spread across.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I can't. 1,000 tomorrow. That's too much.
Slow down with the blessing. For me, announcements, you can head to playbackwallstreet.com, of course, and get your second edition or masterpiece game. What's the difference between the two? Second edition, we've been selling since 2019, maybe late 18. No, 2019. 2018 was the first edition.
Yeah.
2019, still a really good, high quality game. It's the most popular game. We've sold thousands of that version, so feel free to go ahead and get yourself a second edition game. But if you're into like gaming, if you want more complicated rules, if you love Black art, you're definitely gonna want to get yourself a masterpiece edition game.
Masterpiece.
Right? There's only going to be 3,000 of those made ever. Legally, we can only make 3,000 because we literally commission art pieces from people from all around the world. So there's only going to be 3,000 of that masterpiece edition. So make sure you go ahead and get yourself one. Playbackwallstreet.com. Get it today. We also have many courses available. So if you are a homeschooling scholar, parent, community co-op, and you want to give folks your courses or information on Black Wall Street, Du Bois versus Booker T. Washington, Mansa Musa is our most popular course and YouTube video. So go ahead and go to, again, playbackwallstreet.com. Get yourself a course for your scholars. Something that has poured into my cup, for sure, right? T. Thank you, Queen. Is when we were meeting with Brother Tyree from the Black Book Club, and he was just talking about his kids playing the game. So the fact that he was already a very conscious person, has a lot of great knowledge, and the fact that a board game that we made was able to add just a little bit more sprinkle to that household in finances. The fact that he's like, my little one's gonna be a little business mogul. He's talking about, I need more LLCs. In my head, I can just like picture that.
Yeah.
So it's just really cool to be able to take something from my consciousness, put it into this product with the help of course, my beautiful Queen, with the help of Markel, and being able to put it into a product that now is in households, literally making a change that we intended it for it to do. Right. It's just it's just dope, and I'm excited. Manifested out of that. And just looking forward to getting the games to more and more homes, to be able to empower more and more next generation entrepreneurs. So yeah, that definitely fill my cup 100%. Right.
Love to hear it.
So make sure, again, y'all leave a like and a comment. What do you do to recharge? Or if you're already recharging, what is your purpose? Go ahead and put that in the comments. We'd love to learn and hear from you. But of course, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to the True Health Forever podcast, where we shall live our best life through the lens of holistic health. I'm your host, Devon Travell, creator of Black Wall Street, the board game.
I'm Sinclair, aka the Health Nerd.
We hope y'all stay healthy, We hope y'all stay mentally wealthy. And of course, we hope y'all
stay true.